Okay, we're gonna try this with sound, see if it works. All right. We've been working on item stuff. We saw some how we equip items, things like that in the last video. I want to be able to drop items, and then I want items to get recycled into the game system. So basically, right now, how I want this is if the player is carrying an item, or equipped an item, or has stored an item, if players will have storage eventually, then those items are taken out of gameplay basically. So if you go and you kill a monster and he's got an awesome sword, and you take that sword and then you come back when after that monster's respawned and you kill him with his sword, you've equipped it now. When that monster dies, well, not even when he dies, he won't have that sword when he's back. So the fight will probably be easier because the monster won't have his awesome sword anymore. And that's because the player has it. So I want items to kind of follow that rule. Like if they're in use, then they can't be in use somewhere else. I don't want a bunch of duplicated stuff. This isn't going to be too big a deal because there's each mob is going to pretty much have their own items, so there's going to be lots of different items. Plus, we'll have random items that will be created, so we'll have that going on. To show off what we got here in Drazukville, we got a big pile of items. We can look at that, see them all down here. Um, so we can't get the items unless you're next to it or on top of it. So we'll get all. I'm going to move over here so we can show off what some stuff does. So we can do two things here. We can drag and drop, and click on an item and hit equip. This is a cursed item circled in red. So we're going to sacrifice this item. What sacrifice means is it deletes the item from the existing game world and puts it into that respawn pool. Gives the player a gold for their sacrifice. Just a way of cleaning up items you don't want. If something you don't want to go back to town and deal with, sell for more money, you can always just sacrifice stuff to get rid of it. So yeah, so we'll sacrifice that. Go ahead and put an amulet on. I'm going to drop this wand here to show some stuff off. Go ahead and put the thing on our arms. I'm going to move a space, and I'm going to drop this scroll here to show some stuff off. So what's basically happened is we sacrificed the Ring of Woe, and it's now gone to the respawn pool. So in about a minute, because we've got it set really high to happen fast so we don't have to wait, we're going to get the Ring of Woe is going to respawn here. It's gone from the game. We've removed it. So once the game realizes, hey, it's time to respawn items, what's on the list, the ring will be on the list. Also on the timer is a despawn list for dropped items, which is also a minute. So when we see the ring show up, you're going to start seeing these things go away. Mob's going to screw things up. He's going to stand probably on top of the item when it shows up. Move, jerks. Anyway, yeah, so what should happen is we'll see the ring show up. There it is. Whoops. I wanted to look at it, not inventory it. There's our ring. Oh, and then the wand just disappeared a little bit. Now our scroll is going to disappear. Boom. So those just despawned. That's a despawn of a dropped item. They've now been added to the respawn pool. You can see down here though. This information won't show to the player about the despawning. This is just so I know what's going on and that it works. Show some stuff off while we're waiting. We'll see these respawn a little bit. Got some color going on. Yellow rings mean they're magical. Blue rings means that's invisible. Reason why we can see the magic and are invisible is we have detect invisible, detect magic. If we didn't have these things, they wouldn't have the rings. They would look normal like the sword. We wouldn't know they're magic. If you didn't have detect invisible, you wouldn't even see the amulet of miss. Um, at least in the game, once a player picks up something that's invisible or hidden, I figured it would be kind of annoying to have to keep the spell on to know that you have the item. Oh, all right, we got some respawns going. There, the broken wand just respawn in a little second here. Boom, it should show up. There we go. Now the scroll just respawn. So that's going to be how we drop something. We're going to set it to couple hours. It might stay on the ground, but eventually it's going to go away. If you drop something, someone's going to pick it up, right? So drop stuff will be recycled in the game. Sacrifice stuff will be recycled into the game. That's kind of how mobs will work. When we kill mobs, they'll go on a respawn list, and then after some amount of time, they'll respawn. Pretty normal game stuff. Um, Everything else seems pretty happy so far. We got our duck down here in the pond. Light blue, that means he's a swimmer, so he stays in the water. Um, yeah, it's getting there.